Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Welcome to Pixel Gaiden!
Hello everyone, how are we doing? Is everyone okay this evening? Yeah, I'm back again. I'm here with some Commodore 64 games. I've got my amazing Ultimate 64 here. We're just going to run through a few games tonight. I've not got a huge amount of time, starting quite late. I've had to redo all my stream setup, which has been great fun over the last few weeks, plus work has been really hectic. So yeah, I'm here, I'm back, just going to run through a few things tonight. Before we start on the games, obviously we've got the Pixel Gaiden podcast. So let's go through and see what we've been up to in the last couple of weeks on the podcast, on the last episode. So we've just got the last two episodes come out. So we've got episode 52, and this is kind of what this most recent episode is, or the most recent stream is kind of dedicated to, really. We did Mayhem in Monsterland and Mr. Gimmick, a battle of the systems. And Mayhem in Monsterland was kind of like a game in the late phases of the Commodore 64 life cycle. And I've chosen a few games here that are kind of similar in respect. They're quite late in the Commodore 64 games life cycle. And we're going to have a look at a game called Heavenbound, which actually was shouted out by Judge Drock on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen Judge Drock or Mark, and he shouted out this game called Heavenbound, and this is one that I've never actually heard of myself before, and it looked quite colourful and quite a nice game, so we're going to give that one a try. But going back to the podcast, so we've got episode 52, which came out at the beginning of the month, and just last week we've got the most recent show, which is got the game show done by myself, which was a very British game show. Quite a few questions on there that we had, and yeah, we're going to have a go on some of the games that I've just mentioned. But yeah, if you've not listened to the podcast, you can get us on pixelgaiden.podbean.com and have a listen to the show. So let's have a look and see what we're going to play tonight. So we've got Heavenbound, and we've got StarForce, and we've got Mega StarForce. Now they're both games that are kind of like Space Invader style games, and they're quite recent, quite late in the 64 development. Like I say, got some nice graphics, very nice tunes on there as well. Hi Amiga 1200 Gamer, how you doing? And we've also got Retro Talk, which is kind of like a top-down motorbike racing game, and that one was meant to be again, it was very late in the Commodore 64 development cycle, and that was meant to be on a cover tape, and I think it was going to be Commodore format, and that one never saw the light of day because I think they folded Commodore format before that actually went on. So that's a nice little game, and of course Heavenbound, and then we're going to wrap it up with a nice demo, and again, this is kind of like one that Judge Drock has alluded to in the past, and it's one of my favourites, and it was actually hidden in a game called T.R.A.P by Alligator Software. And this is a demo that was in the game. You used to have to play the game, and the game, to be honest, wasn't particularly brilliant, but I enjoyed it really just to use the game to get to the high score table, and I think you typed in demo or something like that, and then it started this amazing demo, really long, beautiful demo, and this is done by We M.U.S.I.C, which is Tony Crowther and Ben Daglish. Bless him. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that one. That's quite a long demo. I think it's around about 10 minutes. So we'll have a look at that one a bit later. So I think we'll probably start with Heavenbound. Oh, hi Josh, how you doing? Thanks for joining. So yeah, let's have a look at Heavenbound. So this one, let's have a look here. So let's bring that up. So I've had to redo all of my setup, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit clunky with the sound at the moment. I've just got to make sure everything's going through okay. Oh right, okay. So you just listened to that one on the latest episode, did you? That was, yeah. So Josh, that was from 48K RAM. So that was from the most recent episode, and that was all about my. I guess you could say formative years in my first full-time job in a computer shop in High Wycombe. The shop was called. Oh, it was episode 52, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Yeah. So it's the first of the two. Tea Time with Tim. Yeah. So that was a shop called Fidget Computer Wear in High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire, and that's where I first started working. I first started working there as doing a Saturday job, and after that I then went on and started working there full time. But anyway, yeah, have a listen to episode 52, Tea Time with Tim, and you can hear all about that. So yeah, let's have a quick look into Heavenbound. So I've got two versions here. One of these is the crap version. This is the actual kind of like a full D64, the original version. So we're going to load that up because there's quite a nice little loading sequence. So we're just going to, where am I? Let's go into there. Let's mount the disk. Hopefully we've got, yep. So we should be good to go with that. We're going to run a fast loader. So let's go with that. So I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear anything on there. It's just a bit of a disk loading noise. So we're going to skip the kind of like demos on here, and all the instructions are in German, which is really, really helpful. Yeah, there wasn't that much. I think you might have just missed that. So let me just load this one up. So I think I can see the Elgato sound coming through. It's just literally, it's just the disk activity that you hear at the moment while it's loading. Then there should be some sound in a second. Takes a little while to load this one. So this just loads up into, oh yeah, I thought it came up with a little demo at the beginning first, but obviously it's just skipped straight into the game. And this is nice. This is not very common to see this on the Commodore 64, where you got like a little sprite animation and a little loading while the game loads up. So Amiga 1200, you say you had same Saturday job selling fun stuff turned into 20 years of career. I'm retired now and it's my hobby, yes. Yeah, it's kind of like, this is a bit of a busman's holiday for me because I still work in IT, but not playing games, unfortunately. All mine stuff is boring Microsoft email and cloud and migrations and all those sort of things. So we might be able to get something here in a second once it's loaded up. Of course, there's always a chance that this won't load. It's gone through okay in the first few times that I've tried it. Da, 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 da. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Hi Mitsuyama, how you doing? Hi Retro Gaming Bygones, how you doing? Hope everything's okay there. Oh, lovely, we've got a black screen. Okay, let's try this one again, shall we? I don't think it's going to work. It was odd because it should have booted up into a little colour picture and playing some music. Let's try it again. Let's go fast load. And then we'll dump into the stream folder. Heavenbound. And run that one. Let's mount the disk. Try our fast loader. Still cold, is it? Retro Gaming Bygones, yeah. It's a bit milder over here at the moment in England. It's not been quite so bad, and it's stopped raining for a change, which is really nice. Right, okay, so we got that far the last time, didn't we? So let's try this again. Yeah, it wouldn't be. That's right, Mitsuyama. You got to have a few technical difficulties to keep it interesting, haven't you? This is actually a really nice game. I'm really grateful to Judge Drock for pointing this one out, because this is not one I've ever really heard of. So it just seems to be just dumping straight into the game and not giving us that loading screen. But oh well, we'll see what it does. Yeah, so 48k RAM, your Pi 400 is on the truck for delivery. Oh, well, that's good news. You will absolutely love that. I'm sure you've probably got various Pis kicking around the place. Hi, L. Curtis B. How you doing? Hope you're okay. Thank you very much for all your input on the Discords. So L. Curtis B has joined us in chat, and he's very, very, very knowledgeable about all the Coco stuff, way more than I am. So I don't know if anyone out there managed to catch my Coco stream that I did. We uploaded that onto the Amigos Retro Gaming Network. Yeah, Curtis very kindly has given us a lot of really good feedback all about the Coco. And this game looks like it's not going to work. I love this. Oh dear. Come on. Doesn't want to go. Hope. Okay, let's try the other version then. Let's try the cracked version and see if that's going to work for us. So I don't think it's the problem with the fast load. Maybe if we just run it. Let's just try it once more from the full version and just run the disk straight from here without a fast loader. Maybe that's causing us some problems. Pretty sure I did it before. Beer helps. Cheers, everyone. See what we get this time. It's going to be a bit slower load in the front bit. It's not too bad. So let's go Heavenbound again. Seems to do this part okay. Should I put some Amiga music up while we're waiting for this? Let's have a bit of music. Or is it going to give us music this time? Aha! Here we go. This is what we should have had before. So it was the fast loader that was giving us some problems then. So you guys hearing the sound from the 64 now, okay? Hopefully you can hear that. Super quiet. Okay. Let's ramp that up a bit then. Is that any better? Perfect. Excellent. There we go. So now it's loading. Yeah, the music in this is really nice. The sprites are all colourful. It's basically it's like a platformer, a bit like Rainbow Islands, I expect, if you're familiar with that game. You've got to jump across onto the clouds, avoiding other animals that are on the clouds, and you can pick up power-ups along the way. Eric will hate this one because there's a timer on the game. Eric absolutely hates timers in games, but this one's got one, unfortunately. So I'm in port 2, so we should be good to go in a moment. Should load up in a second. Here we go. So T.R.A.P is running off the screen, so we know we've got a good load this time. So yeah, here we go. So it's a nice little colourful game, which again, this kind of like struck me a bit with similar to Mayhem in Monsterland, because obviously, well, once you get off the sad levels and you get into the happy levels, that's where all the colour comes into Mayhem in Monsterland. So yeah, this one's a bit similar in that respect, as you know, late in the development of the C64 and nice colourful graphics. So let's get into the game. Now, I was a bit dubious about this because when I was first playing this game, you can see the background, and I was thinking, well, that doesn't look quite right. So I thought, well, maybe I had some corruption on one of my 64s. I was actually playing it with a 128 to start off with, yeah, it just seems like that is the background. So it's all kind of like pixelated at the background. Anyway, so this is up for jump, and you can fire. When you start off out, your firing is sort of like only so far, and then you've got other pickups that you can get along the way. And there's the timer already kicking in. Great fun. We'll let that kick off, I think. So yeah, so you can pick up extras to make your gun shoot further. Yeah, very Creatures X. Yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah, very much like that. There we go. So there's the timer run out. Right, let's try again. Got another minute. So yes, you do get more time along the way, and each time you get over to one or the other side of the screen, you can. When you die, you start on that part of the screen, so you don't go all the way down to the bottom. It took me a little while to find that one out. So there's an extra long shot there now. So we jump up. Now we can jump on there. So that makes us safe. So the next time we die, which is quite often with my gameplay, then we'll be quite safe there, I think. Let's see if we can... Whoa, that was close. The timers again. Oh well. Where am I? Oh yes, over that side of the screen. Come on then. Come on, T.R.A.P, we can do this. So it's all about timing, jumping onto the clouds, landing right on here so you can get those. So now I've got, you just saw that flash up on the screen. So that tells you what pickup that you got. So that one was hit. So I can actually now take one hit before I die, which is quite handy. So 30 seconds on the timer. So you can actually time it so you can jump up here. Wait for the funny looking dude there. Shoot him. I'm going to run out of time again. Now he actually fires, so you've got to be quite quick with him. Oh. Mitsuyama, this one I think was 1993. Good evening. I think it'll say on... Will it say on here? I think it might say on here. Sorry, did I say 83? I meant 93. The level timer is completable. Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely. But I know that the game isn't particularly extensive, so I think they put the timer in there to make up for the kind of like the lack of major game, if you see what I mean. I think it was very much kind of like a demonstration of what the 64 can do. When we went through the loader earlier, it actually gives you a demo. There's a demo that it was released at a copy party, which I think was 1990. And that was all about it was just like the elephant sprite running across the screen and all this sort of stuff, doing different things. And I think that was the inspiration for the game. So they made it into a full game. It did actually get a release, but it wasn't like a big commercial success. I think it only ever came out on a disc. It was in a plastic bag with a set of instructions, and that was about it. So it wasn't like a big commercial release because it was so late in the... There we go again. It was so late in the development cycle of the 64. Yeah, understand completely what you're saying, Josh, about the timers. Doesn't make it any excuse, but I still like it because it's just a nice, colourful, bouncy kind of game and just a bit easy to pick up and play. And I guess there's enough challenge in it, I suppose. I'm sure Cody had finished this one in probably 15-20 minutes, but I don't have his gaming prowess. Yeah, the flashing bits in the game are fun, yeah. I've got to really try and get across here if I can. Oh, that timer again. No, ouch. Let's have one more go. So what do you think so far then? It's not too bad a game, is it? It's definitely one that, you know, it's not been a mainstream game for me. I've never really seen this one before, so it's quite nice to find these sort of things and just give them a go. And eventually one day I might get good enough to actually get all the way up to the top. Now, that's where that one hit comes in nicely, because you can just time a jump. Got him. Right. Which cloud do I need to get on here? Not that one. Right, now we're getting somewhere. And of course you need to be facing in the right direction to fire as well. If he's looking at you, you can't fire at anything. Cool. This is dicey. Whoa. Timer's going to go off again in a second. Oh, that was lucky. Ouch. Back here with another 60 seconds. Let's see if we can make this count now. No. That means I'm going to restart back down here at the bottom now, doesn't it? There we go. Come on. No. Did I just fall straight through that bat? Does it not harm you or something? Oh, it's a timer again. Joy. Come on. Okay, got him. Ouch. Yeah, it kind of kills the game a bit, doesn't it, that timer? It really is very hard to get anywhere in 60 seconds. Okay, so there's Heavenbound. So now we've all seen that one. Oh, just banged the microphone. That's great. Okay. I'm quite enjoying that game, actually, I must admit, but I understand about the timer. It's not for everyone. Let's have a look at StarForce. So, like I said earlier, this is a Space Invaders type game. We're going to mount the disc on this one, and I think we'll then drop into the fast load. That should be okay. I think this is 1991, and then Super StarForce, or whatever it's called, came out in '93. So again, quite late in the development cycle. So there's no sound on that demo. So I might just turn the sound down a touch on this one. I think the sound might be a bit louder on this one. So we're not going to use any of the cheats because that's just boring. So here we go. So this is StarForce. Let's see if it will give us the year. I'm pretty sure it's 91 or 90. It might even be 90. Oh, there's my feeble efforts of before on. It's obviously saved my high scores before on the previous goes I've had. And again, some awesome music on these games. Let's get into it anyway. So we've got single player mode, dual player mode. We can choose the in-game music or sound effects. To be honest with you, I think it's only really properly played having the sound effects on. The music is nice, but it kind of like dulls the game. I don't know why. Well, let's try it with the music first and see what you think. So you can hold the fire button down on this one and it will just fire for you. So you've got some collectibles that come down, so that's a double shot. It's pretty rapid on the alien firing as well on this, so you have to be pretty quick. So you get a double ship, but it kind of like inverts, so you get one side, one the other, and you kind of flipping your side. So you've got to keep an eye on your ship, not the other one, because if that one blows up, obviously the other one goes as well. It can be a bit confusing when they swap over in the middle of the screen. So which one am I? And then this is the other thing. So it's like every level you get a boss at the end of every level. So this one's got, I think, quite nice graphics actually, quite colourful, and it's got kind of like that, for want of a better word, I think they used to call it like the bas relief effect, using the greys and the tones together. So at the top, just underneath the score, you've got a like a shield, so you can take a certain amount of hit before you die. But normally if they just plant one straight in the middle of your ship, you're gone. Let's try and clear this screen if we can. So your shield seems to go down when the aliens hit it. We're back to the double fighter. You do get a double shot, so you have got a double shot pickup there as well. Not doing too bad this time. Let's try and get this one. Just trying to time getting the other ship across there so you can take him out. So there we go, there's our boss man back again. Got him this time. So not doing too bad on this game actually. Let's see where we can get to. didn't seem to do an awful lot, that power up, did it? Oh, it's building our shield back up, that's it. I'll get back to the chat in a minute, sorry. A bit intense into this one at the minute. Here we go. Got it. How are we doing? Oh. That's one thing, you can fire when it's game over. It's just at the bottom right of the screen, you can just pick off a few last enemies. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Right, let's so let's try it this time without the music in the background and see what you think. I think it's better with just the sound effects. There it goes, saving my high score. Yeah, music is amazing, isn't it, on this one? Really, really good tunes. So let's turn the in-game music off. So you can start on different levels as well if you want to. Oh, hang on a minute. I thought I turned the music off. What's going on here? Come on, kill me. Shouldn't be a problem dying. Yeah, doing what I do best, getting killed in games. Game over, man. Right, let's try that again. Start game, in-game music. Sound effects, right. And start game. That's better. There we go. Oh. So I'm using that shield a bit, I think. Now we've got double shot. Whoa, that was close. Here we go. That's much faster shot now. That's really coming out, isn't it? Got him! Oh, yeah, boss man. Oh. So it gives you an extra life at the end of each level by the looks as well. So when you start the new level, that's go. That the sound of the shot when it hits an alien, sounds a bit like seems like Galaxians when you fire in Galaxians in the arcade version of Galaxians, I think it is. Very reminiscent of that sound. What do we think of this one so far? Not too bad, is it? Very typical chunky C64 graphics for the bigger blocks. Here we go. Getting zoned in on this now. Building that shield back up again, which is good. the score? Oh, the score's not too bad. 3 lives still. Maybe the music's better for streaming when you're not playing it. Game over. Okay, so that's StarForce. Let's have a look at the follow-up. So we'll go for Mega StarForce. Galaga, yes. That's great fun, that is. Having Cody and Doug, 10-minute Amiga Retrocast, sparring against each other about Galaga. And one of the most unlikely things that you're going to find on a podcast is just arguing about whether you like Galaga or not. Right. So this one I want to just run normally, I think. Let's get back into the stream folder and Mega StarForce. And let's just run that disk. Oh, I know what I've done. I've done this wrong. Because the first, so when you do load Star, 8,1, that's going to load the first thing off of the disk. And that is just the intro sequence, which would then normally go on to the game loading sequence, but because it's the cracked version, they've split it up. So they've split the intro into the first part and then the actual game loading into the second part. So I knew I'd make that mistake. Let's just reset. Let's try that again. Let's load the second part. So I need to mount the disk. And configure memory. Get a directory up. Commodore 8. And then we'll list. And then we want to load that one. Oh, of course. Won't let me do it in this one, will it? Let's reset again. Let's try it in the fast loader menu. I think that should probably be all right. Right. Mount the disk again. Boom. Mount. Directory, please. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Run. Sorry about the funny noise here. Just bear with it for a second. Decrunching. No, don't want train up. So this first bit, I was wondering, the first couple of times I loaded, I'm pressing the fire button, nothing's happening, what's going on? And it's actually doing a bit more loading. Even though we can't hear the disk activity. So it's either doing some loading or some decrunching, one or the other. So, Mega StarForce, here we go. So this one you can choose sound effects or in-game music, so we'll go with the in-game music because Josh liked the in-game music, so we'll go with what Josh wants. Single mode and start game. So again, this one does a little bit of loading just before we get into it. So this is quite a natural progression. The only thing that I find with this is the ship is humongous. On the bottom of the screen, look at the size of that ship. So they've got a definite bigger target to aim at this time. Okay, I guess you can arguably say that they're a bit bigger as well on the screen. The sprites are slightly bigger, I suppose. So now we've got shield. Yeah, you've got to really look out for that. You can't sort of like just use your periphery. You've got to really concentrate where those bullets are coming in at. And you get the question marks and I think power-ups coming down. So question marks give you some features, and you get the power-up balls as well coming down on this one. And here's another boss. Oh. And he just like swings left to right. And you just really got to wait for him to come in, and doesn't seem to flash, so you know that you've really hit him either. You just kind of got to guess. Yes. Looks like I've hit him a couple of times. I guess you can look at your score going up as well, I suppose, but it's a bit of guesswork. It's a bit repetitive, this bit as well. The background's really nice, isn't it? Nice colourful game again. Everyone says the 64 is always brown, but it's not always the case. It's mostly brown. But you can't deny that the SID chip is an amazing piece of hardware. It produces some amazing tunes. Ooh, let's get that. Oh, hang on a minute. That stopped me firing then for a second. That's really handy. Thank you for that. So you think the Mega is less than the original? I'm inclined to agree with you a bit there, but I'm not sure whether it's going to ramp up later on, whether there's some more loading after you get past the first few levels. So maybe there's a bit more to the game than I've explored so far, or that my talent in gameplay will let me. This bit is a bit annoying, really, where it's just like every level, you know, make it every other third level or something, you know, it's this every time. I think they just tried to go too far with the sprite multiplexing. Oh, look at me, I can make a big sprite. Very good, well done. What are you going to do for your next trick? Oh, some different power-ups this time. Right, shields are back now. And a bit faster firing, I think. Oh, there's the question mark that stops you firing again. I do like the animations though on the alien sprites. It's really nice. Oh, he's back again. What do you reckon? We had enough of this one already. See if we can get past this one. So at least get rid of the lives on this one. Then we'll move on. Maybe we'll go with Retro Talk again. At least you get to listen to the decent music, I suppose, if nothing else. Hooray! Oh, there we go. Right, we're loading. What's next? One good thing about loading in games, gives you a chance to have some more beer. Oh, a new background. More shooting of aliens. More blowing up because your ship is so big. Here we go. Definitely glad I went with the music option on this one. Right. What are we going to get? We're going to get the same boss? Oh no, it's a different one. He just moves a little bit different. At least this one kind of flashy. You can see it flashing when you hit this one. Right. Shooty, 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 kill, kill, aliens. You get the idea. What's the question mark going to do? And it's taken my weapons away. Shield's back. Oh, loading again. Oh, I died. Oh no. Oh, I died again. Is that game over? What a shame. There we go. There's Mega StarForce. Not so mega, maybe. More StarForce, less of the Mega, perhaps. Okay. Right. Retro Talk next. We definitely want the fast load on for this one. Pretty game. But not much game. More pretty, no game. Retro Talk. Here we go. I think I want the Retro Talk DR one. And mount the disc. F1 to load. How are we doing? Time-wise, 55 minutes in. Oh, not too bad. Thank you for sticking with me, everyone. Yeah, so there we go. So down the bottom right hand side of the screen we've got the Commodore Force logo. So that's the magazine that it was meant to appear on. Before the magazine, for the want of a better pun, folded. Yes, dreadful pun, I know. Now the other version of this I had, so this got a very confusing menu at the front end of the screen. Look at this. 1 player, 2 player, track demo, control mode, practice, options, stuff all over the place. The first version of this one that I had wouldn't let you move up or down through the menu for some reason. It was cracked to the point that it was broken. So it took me a little while to figure out that just wasn't going to work. So, And the control method on this one is quite unique. So you've got, I think you've got 2 different ways that you can do the control method. Simulation or arcade. Where is it? Control mode. Oh, yeah. Of course, I don't want to see the menu. I don't want to make the choices. Please take the menu away from me. Thank you very much. Right, come on. Ah, now this one I know, I think, wants me in port 1. Switch that over. Of course, now I can't do this on live stream. Normally I can do this by touch, no problem at all. There we go. Port 1 found. So 1 player, let's just take the standard options. Begin. So yeah, so to accelerate, rather than use the fire button, you've actually got to push in the direction that you want to go. So if your bike is facing towards the right, you push towards the right to accelerate, and then you move your steering around the axis of the joystick to point yourself into the right direction. And then fire gives you a turbo, I think. I think I'm on the bottom. There we go. Top. No, top. I'm not on top. You can see because I'm playing so badly. Skid out. Crash. There I am. Right, let's go. So there's fuel at the top there. I think I'm okay for fuel at the moment. Oh, press turbo into a corner, why don't you? Oh no, I'm going to get lapped. It's quite tricky to slow down before the corner because you kind of go against the grain and have to push back in the other direction on the... Here we go. Getting the hang of it now. Oh no, famous last words. Where am I? I don't want to control an arrow, I want to control a bike. Game over, I guess. Actually scored some points. 224. Game over. Let's try that again. So I guess for something that was going to be given away on the cover of a magazine, it's not actually that bad. Definitely seen a lot worse games. And been charged a lot more money for them as well. Slow down. Oh, a bit of rough and tumble in that corner, wasn't it? Come on. I must seek my revenge if I'll ever catch up with them. Ooh. Tank slapper. I think that's the vernacular for that one. Just takes that little bit too long to really accelerate away. I don't know whether there's some power-ups later on that you can get that increase your acceleration or not. Don't know what the point of that arrow is. Just put me back on the track. Whee! Oh, wheel slick. $309 that time, slightly better. Still getting lapped though. try again. Yeah. My bike, it goes bang. Kind of the thing that really attracted me to this is I love the sprint games, Super Sprint and that sort of thing, and this kind of has that loosish vibe to it, but maybe not the control method. Come on. Makes it just that little bit awkward. Wow. Yes, I know you're saying, well, just avoid the water, avoid the oil. Yeah, it's easier than it looks. Yeah. You've got to slow down so much to kind of... Is it better just to take the penalty and spin through it? No, maybe not. How am I doing this time? A little bit better, I think. 379. 315. Oh, so you can just brush the top of the water there. Oh, okay, without spinning out. Yeah. 10 pences in the arcade on for us on Super Sprint, but no quarters over here. Until all the arcade machines went up to a whole English pound. Anything decent was a whole pound to play on. Whereas before, you'd Paperboy or something like that, you could get 10 goats for £1. That was in the advent when things like Ridge Racer and Outrun, well, not Outrun, I guess. Outrun was probably... Was Outrun 10p ago? I can't remember. Might have been. Oh, I got a special item. Thank you very much. Was that invincibility? I didn't quite die so much then. I guess those that they're riding around pretty quick and hoovering up all the items, I guess. Which is a bit unfair. Oh, come on. Doing a bit better now. Whoa! Oh, that was short-lived, wasn't it? Oh. Should this box be going in the box of broken... Should this game be going in the box of broken dreams? What do you think? I dreamed of a nice top-down racer on the Commodore 64. This isn't one of them. Oh, my bike is puffing smoke. I think my bad driving has finally caught up with me. Ooh. Ugh. Right, okay, yeah, so yeah, we have that a fair bit over here, I think, with our arcades. There's the arcade club, which of course has been closed for a long time now, which is a real shame, but it's up in Manchester, I think it is, the arcade club. I've not been there, and it's one of the things I've really wanted to do, and planned to go last year, and then obviously that all didn't work. But the arcade club, you just pay to go in, and then you just hang around, and all the machines are on free play basically. So yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 like that dotted around England, which is really nice. Right, let's give one more go on this one, and then we'll probably pop into that lovely T.R.A.P demo, one of my favourites on the Commodore 64. Here we go. Helps if you look at the right. I don't know why I always start off looking at the bottom screen. No. Oh, this arrow is really annoying. Disaster. This really isn't working, this game, is it? Or is it just me? I don't know. Probably a bit of both. So of course, if you think that you can do better, feel free to give these a game and give these a try, download them, and ridicule me publicly on Twitter when you've completed this game 3 times over on your first go. Whoa. Here we go. I think they're just about to finish, aren't they? Ah, it's that oil at that last corner. Okay, so there we go. There's Retro Talk. So some Commodore 64 games that came out towards the end of the life cycle of the machine. For a bit of fun, nice graphics, maybe a bit form over function, I guess. But yeah, they're enjoyable enough, I suppose. Something a bit different, maybe games on the Commodore 64 that you don't see every day, which is what I kind of like to do. There's lots of stuff that you see all around all the time, but those are just a few different ones. Right. So let's go in for fast load on this one. So, as I say, this is a demo done by RATT Ben. So RATT is Anthony Crowther and Ben is Ben Daglish, amazing musician who sadly passed away in 2018. Very well known on the Commodore 64 for his musical scores. And so this was taken from a game called T.R.A.P, which was just a very basic, pretty naff shooter. Yeah, this is really what I think what the game was done for. It the game was almost secondary, and they just managed to squeeze a game into the demo, I think. But this is the demo has been expanded a little bit. If you look at the version on T.R.A.P, obviously it needed to be reduced a little bit, so they took out a lot of the scrolling text and some of the other graphics to actually fit the whole thing onto the game, because it was just a single loading cassette game. So this one is the version that they put up on to CompuNet, which was a very early kind of, I don't know, bulletin board, internet style system that was over in the UK for the Commodore 64. Used to dial up with your standard 300 baud modem. Think of that, 300 whole bits per second. Wow. Yeah, that was what you used at the time. It was like a bulletin board system. You could send electronic email. There were a few online games on there. And also you could download games and demos and other bits and pieces on there. So it's where a lot of demo makers made their name by publishing their demos up on CompuNet that people would download and play, and there was a big market in actually swapping all of that stuff as well, because not everyone had the wherewithal back at the time to have a modem and have a phone line available long enough that you could A, afford the calls, and B, that you wouldn't have your parents moaning that you're tying up the telephone line all the time with squeaking noises with software downloading. So yeah, let's have a look at this one. So let's just run that up. So I'm going to switch over to another tile. So it'll make the screen a bit bigger. We've got the chat on there, but you won't see the Commodore 64 and my ugly mug anymore on there. There we go. So let's pump up the volume a little bit more on this one. Let's enjoy the T.R.A.P demo in honour of Ben Daglish. Hi Eric, hope you're doing okay. So there we go. That's the T.R.A.P demo. Hope you all enjoyed it. It's one of my favourites on the Commodore 64. Really quite epic, and it was very weird to find that for the first time. I can remember, I think it was might have been in Zap magazine or something along those lines. I read about this hidden demo in one of the cheat sections, I think it was. So loaded up this game with one of my friends and managed to get far enough into the game to get a high score. And this demo just popped up, and we hadn't really heard anything about it. And I can remember we just sat there absolutely amazed, just watching this demo and just looking at each other in utter shock, because I'd just never seen anything like that before on a Commodore 64, well, on any computer really at the time. And to have that just there hidden in a game, fantastic, brilliant stuff. So there we go. I think that's about it for tonight. I think that's a stream. So hope everyone enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Pixel Gaiden, along with my esteemed colleague who's there in the chat. We shall be recording, I believe, next Monday for Eric and Cody, and next Tuesday very early morning for me. I won't be having beer. I will be back to my normal coffee. So yes, enjoy everyone. Have a nice rest of your day and evening. And I'll see you all on the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.